Hello and welcome to another unboxing on D&D and things. You'll notice we have the split camera instead of having a forward focusing camera. I apologize if I'm not always looking here. I have a camera here, camera here. I need another camera here. And it looks like our camera here is paused because, that's the one that we normally use, and when we switch things up, it decides it wants to lose its buffer. So I know we've been talking about it a little bit on the channel for a while, um, but normally we've done our unboxings, our dice videos. This month we do not have dice. We decided to switch things up a little bit and try something new. So you'll see over on our overhead camera, we have our dungeon in a box. Yes, dungeon in a box. This kind of the packaging itself, like this was wrapped, but like they've got this custom box, beautiful design, like little things all over the place on here. Like this box is just spectacular. It seriously kind of feels like a treasure chest that was like a pirate's sunken treasure chest. So for anything, this box is pretty awesome. The box is rather sturdy. Um, so it looks like it came very well shipped. They had it wrapped and sealed nice and tight and wrapping as well. I took that off already earlier. So without further ado, for those of you who are new to our channel, this is D&D and Things, where we talk Dungeons and Dragons, play video games, and do all things fun and nerdy. But today is our unboxing and review of Dungeons in a Box. We're gonna at least get 3 months of this. I'm feeling I might get more than this from what I've seen of them already. Dungeons in a Box is not a sponsor or an affiliate. If we could be, that would be awesome. But nonetheless, definitely gonna open this up. I can't remember what I paid for it, but it's pretty good. You also get like almost all of this content digitally, and they have subscriptions that are available for just their digital content, as well as they're known for their skinny minis. So let's open this up, see what we got. So we open it up right away. We've got a nice adventure book. The size isn't too bad. Obviously, it's the size of the box. Very, very well made, hardback book. Looks just like most any D&D adventure book you would pick up at your local like hobby shops, online. Great graphics on here as well. Fun things like, and even like includes let me see if I can get this in screen. Good character blocks with custom kinds of creatures that they've designed themselves. Nice tables. Everything looks really nice. This is actually really hardy, kind of magazine-ish. It's a soft back, but like it's got a nice cardboard cover. So we're gonna go ahead and set that off to the side. The next thing we have in here is a figure that might have to start being used at my game table. We've got a Tabaxi, Pirate Tabaxi here. For those of you who follow us and have listened to any of our D&D chatter, you know that I play a Tabaxi Rogue. Actually, a swashbuckling Tabaxi Rogue. So that's exciting to get in there. I think that has something to do with probably one of the characters that are in this campaign. So how they kind of read this is a full kind of campaign that can be run individually, or you can incorporate it into your own homebrew or campaign as is. The other thing we have in here, and it looks like my packaging wasn't great on this. So this one has a nice like information on the back of this as well. And it looks like there should have been something on this as well for this mini, but this one seems to be missing its. Oh, nope. Yeah, no, it's seeing what the backing for this. So take a look at that in a second. So like it looks like it should have been packaged about the same as this, but was not. But that's okay. I think this is that creature that we saw, the dragon skull hermit crab, which very well made mini. Could be painted if you would like. I might have to see if I can take a mini painting tutorial from one of my friends. Give a shout out to Brush for Hire, who streams on Twitch as well. So check out his stuff. He does some cool stuff. So we've got this wonderful, cool little, I think it's a dragon skull hermit crab. Something of that nature. So awesome. So those are two things. We've got a little card here that says quality control. Quality control. And on the back it says, this box was prepped and checked by a burly owlbear. That's actually kind of awesome. The nice little owlbear image on it. So clearly the owlbear made a mistake when looking at the hermit crab. So yeah, I've got Baxi Pirate, which will always come in use. Our actual figure for Aiden's floating around somewhere. The next thing we have in here, which I'll have to pop out at some point, and I think they have a new campaign going for another batch of these. Based off of when I purchased mine, they had added additional 32 or something additional dwarf skinny minis. So skinny minis are these kind of plastic, they're very hard, tough plastic little mini figures. And in here, there is also some bases for them. So depending on the size, you have different bases to put them in. From what, the dragon skull hermit crabs backing did come with it. It just seems to maybe have fallen off in shipping. The glue might have been tight. So let me see if I can get one of these popped out. Yeah. So this is cool because it's a front or a back on there. Oh, let's see if we can get him in focus. So you've got the back and the front. You could easily put these in like a card holder sleeve in a binder. So if you want to like travel with them a little more easily, it looks like there are there's some carts and fireplaces. So there's some hearths. Let's see what we have in here. It looks like there's some elementals in here. I think there's like a flame elemental, a water elemental, a dragon's there, a couple different other dwarfs there, and then I think this one's some of the characters for the actual campaign, potentially. So I see there's a hermit crab on there as well, some other, and it looks like this Vaxi's there as well. So so that's cool. These are kind of, they're really heavy duty plastic. Yeah, this one has a little numbering that says 3-1. These ones just have a reference code. So, and then of course there's a couple bases here, so you can kind of pop them in or out and switch them up. And it looks like there's multiple slots per base. So that's kind of cool. So I don't know if you can put multiple things on one or how that works, but there's multiple slots per base here. So that's really nifty. So, and then we have a nice little package. So I do think that their campaign is considered a legacy campaign. I don't want to show too much of these in case you wanted to kind of do this themselves. Yeah, so there's some stickers here that are cut out that if I did kind of preview things online, because like I said, when you get the physical box, you also get a copy of the the digital box. So you get everything that you get physically, also digitally. So it's really cool if some reason you misplay something, lose something, or if you're playing both online and offline settings, you have access to both. We've got some NPC cards here, which is kind of cool. So you've got the front has their image, and then the back has their stat blocks. So whether or not you need a quick reference NPC to throw into your own campaign, or if you need some inspiration if you're running this campaign, you have some NPCs there with the stat blocks for them. Maybe you want to let the players know who they're working with and all that. And then the bottom stuff here is a little more tight into the box. We're going to go ahead and pull these out and set this beautiful box aside. We're definitely keeping the box because this is really, really awesome box. So it looks like we have here, it looks like a compass. So I think this is related to part of their campaign that they wrote. Now, one of the things they do note on the website is that when you purchase, so yeah, there's some stickers that look like they'd fit on the back of this board to kind of continually reference. There's a sticker that looks like it would go on the front of this one, and that's a compass of sorts. I did read a little bit of the story. I don't want to ruin it. We may use it as a part of our D&D adventure for a live stream. We may use it as its own adventure. So that's to be determined. We also have some kind of environmental things that are a heavier cardboard, kind of the same cardstock, but it looks like you can kind of cut those out, put those together, kind of fold them to put them together, and then you have these to kind of use for different campaigns, which is kind of cool, or how you may choose to do it. We have those ones, and we have these ones as well, so you can kind of have a little bit of structures to it. And then finally, I'm going to move everything else out of the way here, or try to move everything else out of the way, because we have our maps. And this is kind of cool because they're already gridded. And I think they might be two-sided. So these are very like hefty maps. They feel like you could probably draw on them with dry erase markers. I don't even know if I'm going to get the whole thing on our video. So we've got a dock. And again, this is a good size map. It's already gridded out for you. Let's grab, what do I want to grab? Grab a minifig, a Skinny Man mini. Let's see how one of these Skinny Minis fits in here. So yeah, I think they're running right now. If you purchase with your first month, you get like a, I don't know how these work. I don't know how these go in. There we go. Oh, okay, so it kind of can slide in there a little bit, but it sits kind of solidly. So you got your spaces lined out for the minis. Kind of said, obviously you wouldn't have a mini in the water, but, and then you flip this over and you have a dungeon map. So again, this is, yeah, keyed out so your pieces fit rather nicely on the board. Just gotta probably do some iron pressing to kind of work out the creases a little bit, but then it just folds back up nicely to be stored. So that's nice. And then we have on the other one a very nice, so we'll start with the ship. So we've got the ship here. It looks like there's a couple quarters. I think from the legacy stuff, it looked like you can adjust, the ship will kind of adjust as you play as sorts. So again, they have their own campaign. They tell you can run it as a one-shot. Well, as a one-shot, you can incorporate it into your already existing campaign. You can run it as a standalone. And of course, on the back of this one is going to be a world map, or kind of a world map, a part of the world map, the Great Seas. So this is their year 3 campaign, and I think depending on when you join, they will start you at the beginning of the campaign so you don't miss anything, is what they communicate in their stuff. And that actually pops right back in there really nicely, so I might keep those in there. So if you want to see some more of the skinny minis, there's some of the skinny minis. See if this does the same thing. I don't, not quite. That does not go back in quite as nicely, but that's okay, because that's why we have a box. Skinny minis, and then it looks like I'm gonna go ahead and open up the backy as well. See what this guy's looking like. Yeah, he's good, solid print. I like that he kind of has a pirate chest of gold underneath his foot. Get him up there a little closer. There's a little chest under his foot. The base is styled to look like a deck of a ship. Very, very piratey. And he even has a hook for a side. So, that is Dungeon in a Box. I'm excited to get into the story. Like I said, we may be running this as a campaign for the channel. We may just be adding it into a campaign that I'm designing. It's hard to say, but lots of cool things here to enjoy. Maps, just about anything you could probably utilize in a campaign. If you wanted to add it to your campaign, you have the NPC cards, I'm trying to get this all fitting in there. Interesting things to utilize, legacy kind of stuff. Quality control, that bugbear had a little mishap, but that's okay. So, good amount of stuff for a box. I think it's like $25, $30 a month for all of this stuff. I know sometimes you'll pay that for that just in a mini. So, it definitely seems to be worthwhile in my opinion. But we have at least 2 more months coming, and we'll make up our minds from there. Dungeons in a Box does have an upcoming Kickstarter coming up for their skinny minis, for more skinny minis. So if you like the idea of the skinny minis that are easy to transport and have on hand, definitely go check that out on their Kickstarter. And yeah, I think that will do. Keep this one short and sweet, but it is just a unboxing. I'm excited to see where things go with this. You also get access to some of their wondrous one-shots, some one-shot stories that they created that you can add into your campaign or play as standalone one-shots online. So let me know what you think. Have you done Dungeons in a Box before? Is it something you recommend to people? Have you played any of their campaigns, and do you find it to be a good story? Let me know in the comments below. If you haven't already, make sure you like and subscribe and follow us on all of our social media. It helps us out greatly. In the meantime, make sure you continue to be a beautiful, unrepeatable miracle